What is going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Here's another edition of Joe's News and Views, also conservative news and views. First time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, go ahead on and hit that like button. There was a time when you used to see kids under the age of 16, preteens. That means from 11 through, I say 11 through 50. So not preteens, but your preteens and your regular teenagers. You used to always say when they did something wrong, or growing up, if you noticed they did something wrong, it used to be said, man, they're just young. They don't know any better. You know, let's give them a chance. Let's try to guide them. Let's try to take them in. Or wrong or out there in the streets doing some crazy shit, keep hitting that like button. It used to be a time where you would sit them down and, offer them a nice meal. Try to mentor them, try to mold them into being, a productive member in society. That was the good old days. That was back in the 80s and possibly in the mid 90s. Okay? 70s, 80s, and 90s, you could do that. In some cases, even the 60s. But now it's a whole different breed of kids. You can't do that now. These son kids, you can't do that now. They don't believe in being mentored. They don't believe in respect. They believe in retaliation. There has been 2 instances in Jackson, in the North Florida area lately, that you have caught 12-year-olds. 12. Not 13, not 14, not 15, not 16, 17, or an adult that's 18. We're talking about 12-year-olds doing thugged out criminal shit. I'm talking about more criminal than your average criminal. Not what happened Friday night in Camden County, Georgia. If you don't know what Camden County, Georgia is, look up the Kings Bay, Georgia sub base. Y'all keep hitting that like button. You know I'm telling the truth. That Kings that it's a nice area. Okay? We're talking about a nice area where if you go to Camden High School, anybody ever been to Camden High School in Georgia that follows me can tell you and testify to this. They got NFL turf on the football stadium field. NFL turf. Okay? This is a military town. Very, very conservative. I'm talking about conservative because the cops over there are near the Florida line. And they are always catching criminals doing criminal shit. This is if you look the history of Camden County, they have uncovered some of the biggest drug busts. It ain't time yet, guys. It ain't time yet. It's midnight. I got it on the post. It's midnight. I'm glad you're here, though, to hear me. But yeah, that'll be tonight at midnight. So, on Eastern time, midnight Eastern time, 9 o'clock Mountain Central in California time. But this just gives you an idea of what we're facing. Like, this is what we're facing. 12-year-olds driving vehicles like they are crazy ass grown men. Okay? Imagine you being a cop and you pull this kid over, pulling a suspect over driving 120 miles an hour on a newer model stolen Honda Accord, and you get and look inside, and here you got is an adult, a kid, a freaking straight up little kid, 12 years old. Anyway, that what happened with this case. Now, It's all coming out that these same kids were involved in a murder over the Labor Day weekend. That they actually killed a grown man, broke in his house and shot him up. Again, imagine that. A 12-year-old, a 14-year-old little boy, a 14-year-old little girl, and a 15-year-old boy running up in your house, shooting you down and taking your stuff, and then just living life like thugs. Now, who to blame here? Who failed these kids? Well, if you let the woke people talk about it, they'll say that these kids turned out this way because they didn't have a chance. They didn't have a chance. Or if you blame it on the mama, they'll swear out she didn't have a chance. The system worked against her. Nope, I doubt it did. I guarantee you, all those children that's in that car have parents that don't give two shits about them. I guarantee you, they probably been bounced around like a basketball. Nobody want to take care of them badass kids because they didn't want accountability. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me go check in with Walmart. Hold on, don't go nowhere. Checking in for my groceries. Back. I am back. Think about that. Think about that. Think about you as a cop pull over somebody and you turn around and you find out that it's a 12-year-old that could possibly kill you. Now, thank God that the cops out there in Camden County were smart enough and wise enough to make sure that these juveniles did not get hurt in the situation. But imagine if they would have. Imagine, let's say, those same cops would have had to face one of these son kids with a gun. And they would have had to turn around and blast them. What you think would have happened? I guarantee you, Benjamin Crump would have been right there in Camden County within 24 hours. I wouldn't give it 12. He would have hopped on a flight, had the family there. They would have had he would have had a statement prepared. He would have painted these four kids like they were fucking superstars. Like they was just doing nothing. Y'all know it. Y'all know it's the truth. But you never see Benjamin Crump and these people that's supposed to be making a difference ever try to rescue these kids when they are hanging off a cliff of life, making poor decisions. You never see these people out here trying to help kids or even educate these so-called parents that are oppressed by America's standards. You never see them go and sit them down and give them a parenting plan. Help them be able to save the life of that child. You never hear of them setting them up with a mentor, whether it's a man or a woman or whatever mentor they decide to go with. I'm just saying. I mean, these are just the things that I get from this. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. And it's starting to get a lot more popular now these past couple of years, ever since we had all of these deaths going on with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all these damn wokians been involved in that. We've been seeing more young kids become more thugs than anything I've seen in my life, especially in the black community. And I have not seen no one yet that is supposed to have a voice, that is supposed to be black and woke. I have not seen one of them yet take their time and go in the middle of the hood and talk to these kids on a regular basis and sit them down and let them know that they don't have to be in a gang. They don't have to do thugged out shit to be noticed. All they got to do is be themselves and make good choices. I ain't seen nobody say that yet. I've not seen someone see a son kid lost like this on the block. Cause they say they always in the hood, right? They're hooded. Put them in a car and be like, yo, let me show you what you can achieve here if you get out these streets. But as soon as someone like Donald J. Trump or someone like Officer Tatum or any of these other guys do it that are conservative, all of a sudden it's an issue. All of a sudden we're trying to brainwash the kid. All of a sudden we're giving the kid false hope. You know I'm not lying. You know I'm not lying. Now, probably what's going to happen is these kids will never, ever, 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 ever. Yes, sir. Yeah, order Joshua Davis. It's all good. Will never, ever, ever be able to have a productive life. They killed the man in cold blood. The 12-year-old, well, it's Florida. The 12-year-old, well, yeah, it's Florida. So the 12-year-old gonna go into a JIT camp. And as soon as he get in the JIT camp, causing how much time the judge feel like giving him, he gonna serve the rest of that time in an adult prison. So by the time he get out of that JIT camp, all he gonna know is violence or either that being somebody's lady. I mean, it happens in there. The rest of them younger kids, they're done too. They're gonna be probably tried as an adult. So as soon as they get through with the JIT camp, they're going straight into adulthood. Adult prison. Ready to go. And what hurts me is that we have politicians. We have these politicians in these major cities. And they are like supposed to be all liberal minded. Supposed to be all about making sure everything for the people. And when these kids do stuff like that, they're not with it. But then we can't blame just the liberal people too. Because we know we got a problem right now in America too. And we have talked about this on the show. We also have a problem with the Department of Social Services, the Department of Child and Family Services, however you want to call it, wherever state you are. We have a problem with them too. They see the signs that these children are not being well taken care of. They do not have the right, proper guidance at home. And they continue. Yes, ma'am.
What's the name?
Joshua Davis.
Gotcha. Substitution okay?
Yes, ma'am. Everything's fine.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, guys. And they still continue to do that, man. They really do. They continue to destroy these kids' lives. Anyway, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this story. I try to put the link in it about these juveniles. And tell me what y'all think. And do y'all think that there's a chance that we can save these young folks? Or you think it's a lost cause like the state of California? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm out.